divisiones a los 16 mejores.
But now, some of them are gone.
Tali.
CMCQ.
Yao, Yao.
Electrify.
Even Music Master is gone.
We had such great times.
We hated to see you go.
We miss you.
But not too much.
Clash Royale has evolved since then.
We already know the best teams.
But now we want to know
Who is the best player in the world?
You have what it takes to be the best.
Latam.
Europe.
Asia.
China.
Africa.
North America.
see you all in the arena.
The No-Tilt World Championship will have 4 stages. Everything starts with the 20-win challenge that will take place between July 23rd to July 26th. Only those who win the challenge will move on to the second stage. The second stage will separate players into 2 regions, East and West. Each region will have 8 brackets of 1,024 players. All brackets will be live streamed. Starting with the semifinals, this will happen from July 30th until the 14th of August. The winner of each bracket will then move on to stage 3. In this stage, the 8 winners from East will compete against each other, and the 8 winners from West will do the same in a round-robin format of their own region. The top players from each region will then move on to stage 4, the playoffs and the grand finals, which will take place on the 23rd of August, where a new Clash Royale champion will be born.
Do you remember the 2017 CCGS?
I do.
The best in the world competed there.
Y acá tenemos de estas 20 divisiones a los 16 mejores.
But now, some of them are gone.
Tali.
CMCQ.
Yao, Yao.
Electrify.
Even Music Master is gone.
We had such great times.
We hated to see you go.
We miss you.
But not too much.
Clash Royale has evolved since then.
We already know the best teams.
But now we want to know
Who is the best player in the world?
You have what it takes to be the best.
Latam.
Europe.
Asia.
China.
Africa.
North America.
see you all in the arena.
The No-Tilt World Championship will have 4 stages. Everything starts with the 20-win challenge that will take place between July 23rd to July 26th. Only those who win the challenge will move on to the second stage. The second stage will separate players into 2 regions, East and West. Each region will have 8 brackets of 1,024 players. All brackets will be live streamed, starting with the semifinals. This will happen from July 30th until the 14th of August. The winner of each bracket will then move on to stage 3. In this stage, the 8 winners from East will compete against each other, and the 8 winners from West will do the same in a round-robin format of their own region. The top players from each region will then move on to stage 4, the playoffs and the grand finals, which will take place on the 23rd of August, where a new Clash Royale champion will be born.
Do you remember the 2017 CCGS?
I do.
The best in the world competed there.
Y acá tenemos.
Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, and to do the full Truman Show version, and good night wherever you are, wherever you're watching. Hope you're ready for another great day of Clash Royale, the No Tilt World Championship. Hello, good to see you. Oh yes, guys, we're back in Los Angeles, back home. So boom, the official light is on. Welcome to the No Tilt World Championship Western Semifinals, Day 5. I'm your friend RichSlaton, caster for Clash Royale League, and of course here for the No Tilt World Championship, talk you through the action of today's really excellent semifinal. And the first semifinal, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong somewhere, I could be wrong, but I believe this is the first one, at least in the West, with 0 currently active CRL players in. Now, a little caveat there. Michi Fu was with Cream, and might be back again. Mohamed Light, aka Kicks Light, will start with Kicks on August 15th. And then, of course, we have 2 more excellent players added in, Mini Minter and Airbache out of Italy. So it's going to be a stacked lineup today, but it's interesting. It's a different look today. So we're going to have one player who
the No Tilt World Championship has 4
Let's look
stages.
at what the No Tilt World Championship actually
Stage 1 was the No Tilt 20 win challenge. The winners are now in Stage 2, the qualifier brackets, where we have 8 East brackets and 8 West brackets of 1,024 players that will be streamed from semifinals to finals. The winners of Stage 2 will qualify to Stage 3, the group stage. We will have 1 East group of 8 players and 1 West group of 8 players that will battle in a single round-robin format. The 4 top players of each group will qualify to Stage 4, playoffs, and grand final, where these 16 players will battle in a single elimination bracket to become the new Clash Royale champion of the world.
So there you have it. That's what we're doing. If you don't know, now you know. The No Tilt World Championship. You could have been part of this. Did you get 20 wins? If you didn't, but this is the first truly open worldwide Clash Royale solo championship in years, literally in years. So very excited for it. Of course, we've already gone through half of our qualifiers, more than half now, with the 5th Eastern qualifier happening early this morning while I was still asleep, not doing those ones anymore. But now we're on to our 5th Western qualifier. Of course, there are going to be 3 more in each region, 16 players all moving on to Stage 3, the group stage, which will be a whole lot of fun as well. But today, here we are. 4 players. We get 2 semifinals and a final. Winner takes $1,000 and moves on to the next stage. We'll look at the bracket here in just a moment. I'm pretty pumped about it, but of course, here's taking a look at our players. I didn't have time. I do enjoy that we do have Michi and Mini in here. I actually personally, this was done by the No Tilt team. I actually have photos of Airbache and Mohamed Light as well. Didn't have a chance to Photoshop them into this one, so maybe I'll get that up for the YouTube replay part when that one actually goes up. But let's take a look at the prize pool in case you guys are not familiar with how much money is on the line. The Stage 2 winners, meaning the winner of this bracket today, will get $1,000, and then on to Stage 3. Each of those players who do move on get $1,250, which is pretty cool. So some nice chunk of change there to spend on whatever you feel like, and then we go on to the actual finals. And take a look at the cash you start to stack up in those places. Each quarterfinals winner gets $2,250, $5K to runner-up, and the first place player, 10 grand, 10 large to go spend on whatever they want. A few jet skis maybe. Invest in their education. That could be a thing they do as well. First place will walk away with $1,450. $14,500. That's pretty wild. That's quite a chunk. And yes, matches will be starting here momentarily. Just waiting on the administration to get that all rocking. $50,000 total on the line. That's no small chunk of change, folks. Let's go ahead and we'll be jumping to the action here fairly soon. We'll see the bracket in just a moment as well. Guys, just so you know, there's a studio in Mexico running all this stuff, the No Tilt studio, and they're just sending me this. So if you're like, hey, when are they going to play? I have no idea. Hey, Rich, show us that. I can't. All I can do is sit here, hang out with you guys, and talk. Answer some chat questions here for a second. Fake Lapacati in the Trovo chat saying, one Wednesday, you and Koji-san should cast together for your tournament. Ooh, that'd be fun. I'll have Koji come on and cast with me at some point. He's a good buddy. What time is the game? Gene Rabaza. In mere minutes. In fact, we'll be with it in just a moment here. Take a look at the bracket, what the actual matchups will be today. First, on the left side of the bracket, you'll see the Peruvian Mini Minter facing against the Italian Airbache. That'll be our first matchup. On the other side of it, of course, will be the Egyptian Mohamed Light going up against the Spaniard Michi Fu. We'll get there soon, but first, Airbache, the Italian, against Mini Minter. Mini Minter's been around for quite a while now. Just kind of knocking on the door of that next level of competitive gameplay. Moving on pretty far into this would be a solid move for him. Bivash asking, why is Light in the West bracket? I don't know how they divided the world up, but I guess Egypt is time zone-wise more similar to Europe than it is to, you know, China, Japan, Russia, all that. Maybe that's how it goes. Fireball into the left-hand side. Mini Minter starting to get aggressive here. P.E.K.K.A down to pick all that up. Ew is not going to be in cycle for the Inferno Dragon. Doesn't matter. Only get the stage 1 burn. And now a healthy Mama P.E.K.K.A crossing the bridge for the Italian. Ram Rider behind. And that Mega Knight Ram Rider getting into a fist fight here and completely blocking the Ram Rider from breaking on through. I'm Esma in the chat on Trovo saying I'm Egyptian and it makes more sense for him to be in the West rather than to be in the East. So there you go. What do I think? Is East or West better? Well, in 2019, West won the World Cyber Games and the CRL World Championship. That's all I'll say. Of course, the No Tilt Worlds did not go that direction. I believe, if I remember correctly, the top 2 teams were China and South Korea. So, back and forth. No, many CRL players have qualified. This is of the 16 qualifiers, this is qualifier number 10. Just there are no currently active CRL players that you know from previously in this one. Mohamed Light, who will be in our next matchup, will be starting with his CRL career on August 15th in CRL East with Kick's team. And then, of course, Michi Fu is a former member of Cream. Can you plan that ram block, or is it just luck? Asks Fake Lapacati. Interesting question there. I mean, I don't know if that one was planned necessarily, but if a P.E.K.K.A's moving across, you actually probably can plan that to a certain degree. Big lightning on the left-hand side. Baby Dragon will get a few more belches on tower. So far, the Italian having a good start to this tournament. Smart bar barrel out of ErBacceCR, and now trying to hold the line high against this Ram Rider, and that lucky lady going absolutely nowhere. Bans are Fisherman and Miner. Patrick in the Trovo chat saying mini ban Miner because ErBacceCR is a Mega Knight Miner wall breakers main. That's a big lightning. That's going to be a GG here, I believe. He might hold on here for one more push, but it looks like ErBacceCR has got this one all tied up in game number 1. What's NTWC stand for? Arno, good question. The No Tilt World Championship. No Tilt is a production that brings a lot of great Clash Royale and Brawl Stars competitions, streaming live to you guys, including the No Tilt Worlds, which was the World Cup of Clash Royale back in February, March of this year. And then the No Tilt League Special Edition that was sort of a preseason competition for CRL players. And then there was the No Tilt League that its second part will be coming up pretty soon, but No Tilt League is a semi-pro league. And of course, you have the No Tilt World Championship, which is the first solo championship open worldwide to everybody in a while, and ErBacceCR taking one step closer here, winning game number 1. Yash talking about Michi Fu sweeping Azelis yesterday 3-0 in the AMG Cup. That worked out pretty well for him, obviously. Game number 1 in the books. ErBacceCR, the Italian, with an impressive opening performance. Personal best on ladder, if you don't know him, 85-17, 8.5K personal best for the Italian. So has had some good performances on ladder. Top finish ever is 24th in the world. But this is his first real breakout into competitive gameplay, and what a way to do it, to make it to this stage in the No Tilt World Championship. We'll see if he can get 2 more wins here against the Peruvian Mini Minter. Rich, where can we watch the AMG Cup round of 32? Probably Revel's channel. I was traveling yesterday. I wasn't able to do it. What is Mini Minter's highest personal best? Mini Minter's personal best. Hey, why did I not have that one up? That's hilarious. Looking like it might be the same thing one more time for ErBacceCR. If it works once, why not do it twice? Good point on that one. You know, I'm not actually sure what Mini Minter's personal best is on ladder, as all of the accounts that he uses are purely competitive accounts. And that's going to be a huge connection. Pekka does not quite get there, though. Dark Prince picks it up. Yeah, Hotspur, I am the only English-speaking caster for the AMG Cup. There is no English cast from yesterday's round of 32. I'll be back tomorrow, though, for the top 16, top 8, top 4, all the way to the final. So going again with Pekka Ram Rider, and really it's been MK Ram Rider more popular as of late because of how splashy the meta is, but at this stage working out fairly well for ErBacceCR, the Italian. Mini Minter biding his time here with 3M. And there come the piggies as well. And good cover there for the Musketeer, and a great heal spirit out of Mini Minter. The Peruvian now going to take a solid lead in game number 2. Way ahead on the right-hand side. Final minute of regulation play, and that was a big chunk for Mini Minter. ErBacceCR knows it. He got worked in that exchange. Hey, Fake Royal Giant in the building. Over on the Trovo chat, thanks for joining. Love having all the OP subs come and join. Pekka doing her best to work on defense. Mini Minter, we'll see how he chooses to protect here. There you go, Dark Prince up high. Ice Golem does separate for the Hunter, and there's going to be P.E.K.K.A off the board one more time. Up by 1 elixir, about a half an elixir right now is ErBacce, so he goes left. Has to spend 6 on 5, does Mini Minter. And ErBacce knows it, chooses that time to P.E.K.K.A up into his weak side. Johnson, I'm in the middle of casting matches, so I'm not going to talk to you a whole bunch right now. But, you know, if you got to leave, go ahead and leave, dude. 2 Musketeers behind the Ice Golem to the right-hand side, and that Lightning going to put ErBacce in a bit of a hole. $977 right-hand side to $1583. The left-hand side, Dark Prince gets a few shots. Continues to lightning that left-hand side. So easily defending the Ram Rider. And there you go, now switching lanes is Mini Minter. Bache completely committed to the right-hand side. And a nice easy kite with the Ice Golem. Down to 446. Split pigs this time. The dual lane pressure looks like it will be too much for the Italian in this case. Fireball will finish that off. GG, well played. We're all tied up after 2. Mini Minter taking game number 1. Or sorry, ErBacce taking game number 1. Mini Minter taking game number 2 here. Solid performance in game 2. And good deck choice. Maybe thinking he would put his opponent on running the same thing twice. And knowing that that deck out of ErBacce would not be as good against the dual lane pressure. While ErBacce does not have a long competitive history in Clash Royale other than his ladder play, Mini Minter, of course, has been very active in competitive play all the way back to 2016 in the RPL Americas 2, where he took 3rd place with Clash Wars. Played for the US in 2017 in CR World. Since then, though, has played for Peru in international competition. So now ErBacce will switch it up in this next game. Mini Minter finished 22nd last season. Not sure what the name of that account is. Gonna be Bowler for ErBacce. Bowler Lumberjack. Steven Stone asking, when is CRL West fall? CRL West will start this fall. There you go. No official date released yet. Ram Rider again for Mini Minter. And this one should connect nice and easy. And that's a huge, huge connection. Tower down, left-hand side. Mini Minter takes complete control of game number 2. ErBacce caught looking, caught wanting, caught with a tower down. Those of you following the AMG Cup, yes, Thunderstruck did lose to St. Bellican yesterday. And if you've been following the AMG Cup at all in English, We're all fairly sure it's because there was no Scottish accent casting out of your friend RichSlaton. Here comes the freeze in for Airbache on the right-hand side. And nice NATO to get the E-Wiz out. We'll see if that's valuable or not. Don't think it's going to be much. Fancy footwork from Airbache, but seems like it was more cool to look at than actually effective. The Italian sets up. Bowler right-hand side, and now goes balloon to the left. And the freeze, maybe a half step early here out of Airbache. This balloon could get one connection. No, doesn't. Airbache's timing just seems a half step off. You've seen him now go for a couple of moves with the NATO and the freeze, but both of those just seemed moderately ill-conceived. And Mini Minter's now got match point up 2-1 against the Italian. GG, well played. And the plan right now is to start CRO West, I believe, in September, but we'll see what the actual final date is. CRL East starts in just a few days, guys. August 15th. 1 week. And we'll have CRL East kicking off, of course, with one player in this bracket today playing in that CRL East. Very excited for it. Sam saying if Airbache plays MK, he will wreck Mini. Well, maybe. That is possible. Here, let's go. Game number 4, Mini Minter with the advantage. Guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're watching here on the No Tilt YouTube page. Subscribe to the No Tilt YouTube page. Hit the bell for notifications. Do all those things. And, of course, subscribe to myself as well. Go to the RichSlaton YouTube page. Subscribe there. Almost to just about to pass 9,000 subs and a lot of great Clash Royale competition. Saketh, CRO West spring happened, but CRO West fall will be coming up again in September. There's 2 splits per season. Dark Prince to protect, and Mini Minter going back to what dominated in okay, yep, we see it. That's a lot of fireball value, though. Airbache going with the high stinky cheese. Oh, no. And this, in my opinion, is the mark of a, let's say, I'm not going to be denigrating here, but the mark of a non-S tier player. It's the turn to Eagle and Battle Healer when in trouble. Might it work? It might. Do some good players do it, too? Some top players do it. Yeah, on occasion. But if I am a pro, or even an experienced semi-pro, and I'm playing against someone who does not have lots of competitive experience, and I've got them on match point, I'm pretty much, at this point, don't even hire an analyst. Just run something that counters Eagle and Battle Healer. It's very, very predictable at this point. We'll see how many fares here. Steven Stone, where can I find the exact dates? They are not released yet for West. How do the splits work, Saketh Ram? The same as they have always worked for CRL. We did a fall. There was CRL, for at least for China, there was fall and spring in 2018, and then fall, of course, for the rest of the regions. 2019, there was fall and spring for all the regions. And for this season, there's fall and spring. NATO's all 3 to one side, fireballs him down. Does Airbache. Eagle him all over the left-hand side. So the big purple pile of goo is working so far. We'll see if he can hold up against the onslaught at this stage. Obviously, being able to NATO those 3M together is super helpful. And so far, King Tower activation, not really causing problems for the Italian. Final minute 40. Mini Minter with match point. One solid defense could change everything, and one big offense on the right-hand side could be huge. Hunter now working on the Eagle. Plenty of elixir now going towards Mini Minter. Loading up at the bridge is the Peruvian. And does go pig to the right-hand side. And just like that, Mini Minter takes the lead. Absolutely takes the lead. And you know what, folks? Everything is binod. There you have it. Great work for the Peruvian. GG, well played. Moves on to the next round. One more step on to $1,000. And of course, we'll face the winner of our other side of the bracket. Benod. Oh, well. There you go. There's no pronunciation guide on memes, guys. Mini Minter takes it in 4. Airbache just didn't quite have it at this stage. And you saw, again, you take a look at a less experienced player back against the wall. What's going to happen? Probably going to run Eagle and Battle Hero. Steven Stone. There are no official dates released yet for CRL West. When they're released, you'll see them. Benode. Okay. Man, getting some good pronunciation guides here on India's top meme. Hotspur saying, you can't hear the music, unfortunately. Yeah, well, gotta get super high quality headphones to get this music in. So first match in the books. And it's Mini Minter, the Peruvian, moving on now. If you've been to my channels before, you may have seen Mini Minter a bunch, because what does he do? He wins regularly at my open tournaments that I run here on my channel. If you're watching on Trovo, of course, that's where they often are. Every single week. It's been a few less lately because of the competitive schedule right now, but that $100 open tournament is available all the time. Next one is going to be Wednesday, the 12th, this Wednesday, in just a couple of days. And that's going to be live streamed. You can compete in it. Anyone can compete in it. And I'm going to give you guys links right now. So if you want to play some competitive Clash Royale, you have a chance. And as I was saying, Mini Minter has won this tournament multiple times. The last winner, though, of the Slaton Open was Igor, who faced Lapicante in the final. There you go. If you do want to compete in the event, there's all your information. Use the first link if you have iOS, second link if you have Android. That will be Wednesday the 12th, $100 open, 1,000-player tournament. Top 4 after the bracket get cash. Here we go. Second of our 2 semifinals. Kixlight, a.k.a. Mohammed Light, who will be making a CRL East debut next weekend, playing double bait against Cream player Michi Fu. Well, Sky, anyone has a chance to play in that tournament.
That's why it's open. You can play on Wednesday the 12th. Play against some top-tier players. So going pretty heavy right now on the beatdown is Michi. And that Giant just not letting the Mini P.E.K.K.A get through and do any work. Sakethram, to answer your question, spring never affects the CRL World Championship. CRL World Finals is always based off of the fall split. Spring is its own season. Kind of its own little bubble. Of course, last summer, the top 3 teams from each region in the spring moved on to compete at the World Cyber Games. Mr. Maddock, OP sub on the Trovo chat. Thanks for joining. And rocket right into the Sparky. And oh boy, it's going to be a rough one here for Michi. And having to do a negative trade again as well. So Rocket will be all over those Sparkies. And Michi Fu with no really great answer defensively to this bait. Every answer is an overpriced answer except for the zap if he can get it onto the skeleton barrel. But there's no really good answer for the skeleton barrel goblin barrel combination here. Requires overspends, requires taking damage. Star Wars joining the chat on Trovo. Good to see you, buddy. And not Lapacati as well. Fake Lapacati gang in the house. Light with a dominating performance and chooses to rock at the left-hand side. And how does he contend with that Sparky on the right? Log Knight. GG, well played. Michi Fu was hoping that was going to be the opening he wanted. But ended up not being it. So right now it just feels like a matter of time. Final minute 15. The question really is just whether will Light actually get the tower down or just play it safe and play this one all the way out. Of course, he can rocket cycle it at some point. Light is just playing clean, but great matchup here. Skelly barrel to the right, Goblin barrel to the left. Ewiz comes out early. Michi Fu now, you can see, is completely just kind of flabbergasted at this stage. Throws the fireball out to say, GG, well played, knows it's all over. Light taking game number 1 over the Spaniard. That was clean. That was clean. A lot of people in chat saying F for Espanol or F for Spanish. What happened? Did the stream die? Did the Spanish stream fall? That would explain why the feed has not switched over to the next graphic yet. Tumas in the Trovo chat asking, the AMG Cup yesterday, will it be available in English commentary? No, it will not, Tumas. So you won't host any tournaments in the tournament tab. Steven Stone, yeah, it'll still be very similar to the same thing, but it's going to be in partnership with Geyser. There we go. Here are the stats, powered by Stats Royale. Go to statsroyale.com if you want to know what your next chest is. And you can get it. Well, if you're here from the Spanish stream, you're checking it out for a second, I'm RichSlaton, caster for Clash Royale League en Anglais, and I speak almost no Spanish despite being raised in California. Why? Because my mother, in a very, very foolish move, insisted that I take French in high school. I don't know why she did it. She said French was the international language of business. My grandmother grew up in Argentina and spoke Spanish fluently. My sister, brilliant, perfect Spanish. Me,
Almost 0. Very unfortunate. And you know what's even worse about it? I took 3 years of French in high school. Almost 0 French. I actually might speak more Spanish than French, and I took 3 years of French in high school. Never took a Spanish class in my life. So there you go. This is the English stream, so that's what we'll be doing here. And I hope the Spanish stream gets back up soon. I don't know who's casting it, but it's probably someone very entertaining and very lively. If they're anyone like Koji or Manu, my 2 buddies. Say something in Spanish. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, y tú? Right? All the stuff you learn like the first thing in the first class. Here we go. Game number 2. Michi versus Mohammed. Light Sama commenting that I saved Battlefy CRL contract yesterday with no Scottish accent for the Scotsman Thunderstruck. Yeah, I felt bad about that one. Couldn't be there for him that day, but, you know, helped him out a lot. Yeah, my grandmother grew up in Buenos Aires and went to high school in Havana. My Spanish pronunciation sounds very clear. Oh, well, thank you. Appreciate it. So here we go. Game number 2. The Egyptian Mohammed Light, a.k.a. Kicks Light. Why a.k.a.? Well, because he's going to be going to CRL East this season. We're all pretty excited for him. We'll see how they fare in this matchup. Pretty slow start, and Michi Fu going with the Fish Go Boom combination. We'll see if Light has the same thing. No significant damage in the opening moments. Edward Wong asks, is Mohammed Light a competitive player? Now he is for sure, Edward Wong, because he's going to be playing for Kick's team in CRL East starting next weekend. Looking like Royal Giant for Michi Fu. We'll see if that's what it turns out to be. And Light taking his time to set up in game number 2. Really playing defensively. Has the feeling of Graveyard, but the Hunter would be a weird card to be in there in terms of the way he's playing it. Poison down. F in Spanish again. Bienvenidos a la stream en inglés. That's all I got, guys. I'm very sorry. Doing my best with the Spanish. So Michi Fu running the Skeleton Dragons version. Michi Fu did play in CRL. Maybe we'll see him get back there again. Good heal spirit out of Michi Fu. And yes, it is Graveyard for Light. And an RG high as that Graveyard does nothing. Smelly drags right behind the Royal Giant. And Fireball, will it be enough? Yes, it will. Royal Giant gonna get a whole lot, and the heal spear on top of it. Ooh boy, Michi Fu running downhill now. GG, well played. That tower's dead. This would be if he lost this, it would be the craziest 1 HP loss ever. Yeah, and I'm saying it. It'd be the craziest one ever if Michi Fu lost this. But he's not going to. Michi Fu takes it. GG, well played. All tied up after 2. Guys, those of you spamming B-Note in the chat, have fun. Don't worry about it, man. I don't care. As long as you're being non-toxic in the chat, being nice to each other, totally with you. So if you guys want to go throw some B-Nodes in the YouTube chat, throw them in right now. In fact, right now, B-Note it up in this break between Game 2 and Game 3. All I care about is you guys are nice to each other. Light's been really good too lately, says Mr. Matic in the Trovo chat. Yeah, guys, if you want a B-Node free chat, the Trovo chat, at least for now, is. Of course, now that I've said that, of course, it's about to probably go crazy. If you haven't yet, by the way, as Moni Vargas is saying there in the chat, hit like, hit subscribe, turn on notifications for this YouTube channel for No Tilt. There's great competitive content coming here from No Tilt on YouTube year-round. So go ahead, if you haven't yet. If you've put a B note in the chat, you can subscribe to this channel. How about that? That's my deal with you guys. Go ahead, subscribe. Never miss a moment of the great Clash Royale and some Brawl Stars action coming from No Tilt here on this YouTube page. And of course, if you are a person who likes YouTube, and you probably are, whether you're watching on YouTube or Trovo right now, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Making the push. Going to pass 9K very soon, making the push to 10K. Going to keep bringing you some really cool stuff hopefully soon. Here we go. Game number 3 between Light and Michi Fu. All tied up right now. So again, another slow start here. Zap and Log exchanged by the Egyptian and the Spaniard. Yash commenting, Godarev's not in stage 3 still. He has the best year of 2020 till now. He's still having the best year of 2020, Yash. Steven Stone asking, is there a specific time you stream on YouTube and Trovo? When I am not in the midst of doing esports events, I tend to stream around noon Pacific time. And I stream primarily on Trovo and do VOD content on YouTube. Also on Twitch a little bit here and there as well. It's looking like RG now for Light in this one. Michi Fu, of course, looking like it's going to be Lava Loon. And guys, when you are looking at that matchup data, good point in the Trovo chat being made by Hotspur, is that matchup data takes the entirety of the game. Steven Stone, please mention the time zones, and everyone's from California. Well, Steven Stone, what time zone are you in? And then do the math from there. Right, 12 p.m. Pacific is 3 p.m. Eastern is 9 p.m. Central European summertime. So there you go. So good Lava Loon split push here from Michi Fu. Loon to the left, no Hunter available. Fireball will prevent most of that damage, but not all. And there you go. Death damage into the left, Smelly Dragon on the right. So back to what's talking about the matchup data. Take that matchup data, as Hotspur said in the Trovo chat, with a grain of salt, because that matchup data is pulled from the entire player base. So when a deck is very popular, let's say, for example, 2.6, the data is very skewed on that. Because it does take the whole player base into account, not just top players or similarly skilled players necessarily. When is CRL West coming up in the fall? Boom, there you go, and boom, there goes a balloon connection on the right-hand side. Tower down, Michi Fu gonna be up 2 now against Mohamed Light. Match point for Michi. Yeah, solid fireball zap. Absolutely great point there, Ronnie. And Hippo saying, LOL, it sounds like you keep saying Smelly Dragon. Yep, I am. Because that's how I feel about the Skeleton Dragons. I guess they're not as OP as they used to be. But that's the nickname they got back when they were really annoying. The Smelly Dragons. So yes, you're not. It doesn't just sound like I'm saying that. I am saying that. So 3 games in the books. Michi Fu now with match point. And we'll see who goes on to win our next one. Of course, winner here moves on to face Mini Minter for a chance at the at $1,000, and of course, moving on to stage 3. We'll see what happens. Hitesh, you're obsessed with my trophies. Stop spamming it. I'll tell you, my personal best is 6.3. Where I'm at right now, I don't know. It's the new season. I haven't really pushed yet. But you are obsessed with my trophy count. Never asked Beano's trophy count. Boom, there you go. Oh yeah, guys, if you do want updates on my streams, whether it be my open tournaments, competitive content, things like that, here you go, check out the RichSlaton Discord. Boom. Throwing that bad boy in the chat. And again, if you haven't yet, subscribe to this channel on YouTube. And if you're on Trovo, follow me on Trovo. Thank you, Johnson. Do appreciate the love there. Here we go. Game number 3. Wait, am I Seth? No. No, I am not. Does the AMG Cup resume tomorrow? Yes. I don't know exactly what time, but the finals are tomorrow. It'll be a nice long stream. Man, let's see if Michi Fu goes through. If it's Michi versus Mini Minter for the final. Ooh, boy, there'll be some salseo in that one. Can you tell when the Surgical Goblin will play? I have no idea when Surgical Goblin will play. I don't think he's currently in any of the brackets. So, interesting Hog Rider deck out of Light here, and of course, Michi looking like it's going to be Expo. So you want to see Michi run what he's best at? Here you go. Expo out of Michi Fu. Very interesting. AKA 3.0 Fredbo. For those of you guys who are 3.0 Fred. If you don't know, the new name for Expo is Fred. So Light really taking his time here. Knows what he's up against, doesn't want to get caught out. You know, people talk about players not having made the top 4 or not having qualified in no tilt, and using that as some sort of negative for the player, for a certain player. Oh, this person hasn't made it into no tilt stage 3 yet, or to the qualifier to the top 4 yet. So, oh, this is so bad. They're so bad right now. The difficulty, the level of difficulty to get to even right here, to this semifinal, you have to get through, I think it's like, what is it, like 8 or 9 BO3s? And a BO3 can really go any direction. To win that many BO3s in a row, you have to play very well and be very good, and you also have to get a little bit of luck on your side as well. It's a combination. There's no question there. All the players who are here are pretty darn good. Some are phenomenal. But to get to this stage, you got to play great and not catch 2 bad matchups in a row. What deck do I like the most? I don't know. Right now I'm primarily playing Hog Triple Spell. I like Lumberloon Cycle a lot. And Tornado, I wasn't talking about you. Just people. There's 2 chats here, guys. There's a YouTube chat for the No Till YouTube page, and of course there is my Trovo chat. So far, Hog not really able to get through much. Tesla spam pretty easy for Michi so far. And sets up defensive on the left-hand side. So this will be curious here, of course. Reduced damage from spells. We'll see how much that affects Expo in the later stages. You'd feel like Expo in particular would be one deck that would struggle compared to others based on the reduced spell damage that came to Crown Towers. Really for Michi, it's can he get a lock here? Although keep in mind so far, Light's not breaking through either, so I'm going to be very curious to see how this spell cycle breaks down late. And so far, again, you can see Light is being forced to spend his poisons on the left, not on tower. So Michi Fu currently up by a few hundred HP on the right-hand lane and just turtling up, playing defensive expos. And so far, Light just stuck playing Michi Fu's game here. 45 seconds, triple elixir. Is there any way through for the Egyptian? Or is this going to be it here in the semifinals? We're just running the same story over and over again. Snowball trying to get the Hog one shot on the left. One shot would be a game changer if it gets in, and now here comes the X-Ball on the right. Mega Knight does come down on defense. Michi Fu realizing he has to change up the rhythm here or risk getting caught out, and now here you go. Log into the right-hand lane. Fisherman, can the Hog sneak on by? I don't think so. That's going to be it. Michi Fu looking like he's going to take game number 3 and move on, and he will. And guys, we are getting a blood match for our final. It's going to be Mini Minter and Michi Fu. You don't get a ton of these in Clash Royale, but we get one today. I cannot wait for this final. Mini and Michi. A blood feud if there's ever been one. And I am pumped. I am absolutely pumped. These two guys do not like each other. Why is it Fred? Guys, at one point my chat renamed the Expo Fred because Fred's way less intimidating than Expo. Expo sounds intimidating. Fred, you're like, oh, I'm playing against Fred? I get played against Ice Fred? Who cares? I'm not worried about Fred. So here we go. Michi Fu moving on. Michi and Mini, they've had some bad blood going back. If you want to find out more about it, you can go on Twitter and check out all the back and forths they've had. Look at the replays here, and this first one, matchup completely for Light. Completely for him. And then after that, just struggles for the Egyptian. Here you go. There's the Geyser stuff for you if you guys want to play in the open tournament on Wednesday the 12th. $100 open coming. And this one was just, yeah, it was all Light the entire way through. Rocket versus Sparky. No responses for the bait. Michi got blown out in that one. But then after that, just like the first match, where Mini Minter dropped game number 1, and then after that it was easy running. Same thing here for Michi Fu. Didn't really break a sweat after this one. Hotspur, approach with caution. Can only watch a match with a full hazmat suit on due to high levels of toxicity. I'm not going to go into all the details of our blood feud match coming up in the final, but let's just say it's safe to say that Mini Minter and Michi Fu have exchanged words in the past. An interesting deck choice here from Light. What a weird Hog deck from the Egyptian. And now he has to go and try to qualify one more time. There's 3 more chances for anyone to get through. We'll see if he can do it. But right now, Light falls in the semis, and we're going to Michi Fu versus Mini Minter. Ooh. Rub your fingers together like this, right? That's just, it's exciting. All right, here's the heat. The heat's building right here. Boom. You feel that heat between your fingers? That's 1/1,000,000th of a heat between these two players, and I'm pumped for it. Let's see, what are my views on the latest August balance changes? Generally like them. Not sure about the log getting its range reduced. I think that might have been a bit of an overreach there, but is what it is. And a Royal Delivery is now the Royal Bleh. So there you go. Who are the 4 qualifiers so far in the West? Someone in the chat I know has that written down somewhere. I know Air Surfer is one of them. Vitor from Portugal is one of them. Who else qualified in the West so far? I don't know, but here's our bracket for today. I'm not going to get in, Steven Stone, to all the details of the bad blood. Let's just say that they have exchanged words multiple times, and it got very public. And, yeah, it was pretty dirty. Boss, Vitor, Air Surfer, and Schwarzen. That's right, Schwarzen qualified. Forgot about that one, Georgie. Huge for Schwarzen. Not only did he qualify for the next stage of the No-Tilt World Championship, but he also moved on to the AMG Cup yesterday with a big-time win, I believe, over La Picati. I wasn't able to watch, but I think it was over Lapo. So Schwarzen having a great chunk. And Mini Minter not even playing around. Just banning Expo on Michi. And Michi banning Graveyard. So bait for Michi Fu on the top. Mini Minter going Loon early right into an Inferno Tower. Oh, that's going to be rough. That's going to make things kind of rough here. We'll see if Mini Minter is what version of Lava he's running. I doubt he's running Minor. If he's running Minor, I think this matchup gets a little bit easier for him to deal with that Inferno Tower. If he's not running Minor, this is going to be curious. What degrade did Road Delivery take? Got rid of its knockback. Road Delivery no longer does knockback. That's huge. Yeah, Lavaloon, no Minor here, says Light Sama, and Minor has taken some weird hits. I think a reduction to the HP might have been better than more reductions to the damage, but is what it is. Yeah, Steven Stone, there's some backstory to how all that happened, but yes, that's you're getting in the right direction. Barrel in, the Skeleton Dragons have to deal with that one and then support behind this Lava Hound. But bye-bye to those bad boys. Let's see. Where does Michi Fu? Does he go ahead and Inferno? He'll Inferno late here for the balloon. Fireball in for the Dark Goblin. Nice push put together here by Mini Minter. And that's going to be a connection, I believe. No, nice Fireball. Just barely saves it. Michi Fu ahead 13-22 to 10-15. And now Mini Minter just setting up with a pile of troops in the back. That's going to be a ton of Fireball value, though. And Michi Fu also up on Elixir. This should be a GG for Michi. Pretty easy fight for him. No great response for the Skeleton Barrel. For Mini Minter, Fireball will finish it. GG, well played. Michi Fu takes game number 1. Oh, that's right. Fireball will not finish it. New balance changes. Yeah, Fireball basically got all the value. That Fireball went into a bake, wrapped up all the cash, and then before leaving, went to the safe deposit boxes and emptied those out into a bag as well. Yeah, Alpha Moriarty talking about Minor on the right-hand side on the Trovo chat, and I think that what should have happened is Minor's damage should be completely restored and HP reduced. The problem with Minor was never its damage, was always its HP, if you talk about how popular it is and how it's in every single deck. I think B-Rad has the same view. Steven Stone saying they should buff the spells back. No, I like the reduced spell damage to towers. It does reduce spell cycle as the finish, in my opinion. But not everyone agrees. Who's Egyptian? Michi? No, the Egyptian player. Oh, did I say someone's Egyptian here? No, Light's Egyptian. Michi Fu is a Spaniard, and Mini Minter is a Peruvian. Skeleton Barrel in again in this game for Michi Fu. Do I think Golem is better than Lava Hound? Not in competitive. Barb Barrel for Mini Minter, and we'll see how Michi Fu can take advantage of that Barb Barrel. Of course, double small spell for Mini Minter is smart. If he expected to see Michi run double bait again, so he can snowball or E-Wiz those skeleton barrels and just save that Barb Barrel. Excuse me there. Save that Barb Barrel for the Goblin Barrel. Of course, we'll see what kind of games Michi plays by going inside-outside with those Goblin Barrels. And it's E-Wiz here instead. Some people don't agree, saying it should have been Rocket only, not all spells. Yeah, the only issue here is that Supercell really likes standardization. They like to have all things be similar, right? So they standardized all the range of troops. They've standardized how much reduction spells do in damage to crown towers. Supercell's all about standardization, so I'm not surprised they went with nerfing all the spells rather than just crown tower damage by the Rocket. Time will tell if that was the right call or not. And nice read there by Mini for the outside from Michi Fu. As things get fast and loose later in this game, we'll see if those inside-outsides from Michi Fu start to catch Mini off guard. Vincent, you didn't know why your delivery wasn't knocking anyone back? Guys, read the balance changes. That's the #1 thing I do when they come out, is I read the balance changes like crazy. Vincent, you were wondering why your delivery wasn't knocking anyone back? I don't know why that's so funny to me. But yeah, that information is readily available. Inferno Tower one more time for Michi and easily picks up the Ram Rider here, but that E-Wiz, this is going to be huge. P.E.K.K.A should get one shot, and she does. Bandit dashes in. Mini Minter takes a huge lead in the final 10 seconds of regulation. And a big lightning. Mini Minter should have this one all sewn up here in game number 2. Michi pushing opposite side, hoping he can get something done here. Barb Barrel reads that easily and gets most of the Skeleton Barrel. Michi not even pretending like he's going to try for a lightning block here. Is someone in the Trovo chat confused by the fake Lapo gang? Guys, if you're just joining over on Trovo, there are many fake Lapos. Hey! Nij, thank you very much for the follow over on Trovo. Appreciate it because of your follow. This will go to a BO5. I'm going to call that now. We'll get a full one. Zach saying, Richard, Zach disagreeing with the increase the health and increase the damage, reduce the health. Well, Zach, I don't think Miner should be in every deck. I think I'll be honest about this one. I don't like Miner Wall Breakers. I've never liked Miner Wall Breakers. I think Miner Wall Breakers is kind of meh. I've disliked it as an archetype for a long time. And I think it would be, and you're saying, I know that Miner is better for HP, not its damage. I'd rather see Miner Poison be the dominant Miner archetype than see Miner be in every deck. Miner Loon, Lava Miner, Miner Wall Breakers, Miner Skeleton Barrel. Miner. Right? I've never liked Miner Wall Breakers. I've always thought, I've only liked Miner Wall Breakers once, and that's when Tommy played it in CRL West at the end of the spring season in 2019 before the Wall Breakers got changed from 3 Elixir to 2. And I was like, cool. Tommy played a cool deck there that was interesting. We have not seen the 6-man yet today, a.k.a. the Royal Recruits. Very interesting. I think if you reduce Miner's HP and restore its damage, Miner Poison becomes possibly the dominant Miner archetype, and you'll still see Miner Loon and all those other Miner decks, but they'll be more skilled than they currently are. And maybe full restoration of its HP isn't the right call, but not being... Oh boy, right-hand tower getting shredded. Absolutely murdered by the Inferno Dragon. Michi Fu getting caught looking. 8-14 right-hand side, Mini Minter after tying up game two. Yeah, it was Rascals, Miner, Wallbreaker, Inferno Tower, Light Sama. Yeah, it was fun when Tommy ran that. He got the one really bad matchup that he didn't want, but it was interesting. And guys, I run a lot of Miner decks. I run Miner Loon. I run some Miner Control. I like Miner a lot. I don't think the nerf that we got is it. There you go. Ram Rider connects. Mini Minter. Now up a tower. Can he hold on against the 3M Royal Hogs onslaught about to come here in double elixir? Zach saying this is a snipe here out of Mini Minter. And Alpha Moriarty making the point here that he used the deck like 30 minutes ago. So, yeah, good deck choice here by Mini. It looks like Mini Minter is going to go up 2-1 in this semifinal. Although a lot could change in a second here. Not going to be enough. Mini Minter going to take the lead and have match point with a chance to qualify for the next stage of the No Tilt World Championship. Michi Fu back to the wall in this final. $1,000 and a spot in the top 16 on the line. What does Michi Fu do? Is there any chance they'll return the Royal Deliveries knockback? Habiba, of course there's a chance. Whether they do, I don't know. Alpha Moriarty saying good deck choice for Mini because it could easily beat Lava Loon and 3M. So it's interesting, guys. If you take a look at there's a few high-level players in the Trovo chat right now talking about the gameplay here, and they will pretty much all say that Mini Minter had matchup. But you look at those matchup numbers in favor of Michi Fu, and you got to keep in mind, right, that where are those numbers coming from, right? The player base that these numbers are drawn from is the overall player base, right? So the numbers might be skewed compared to what the numbers actually are when two top-tier players play. I bet you thought that was about you in the Trovo chat. I bet you did. And Mini with match point. Is he going the full-on Goblin Giant Sparky Rage? And Mini just sitting back now, happy to let that Inferno Dragon do its work. Lumberjack gets absorbed by the Sparky, and ooh boy. So far looking like it's going to be the Rage variation from Mini Minter. Typically when you see Heal Spirit in here, that means you're not going to see the Dark Prince, but could be off here. So expect Goblin Giant Sparky Rage, or Goblin Giant Rage, and most likely the minions. We'll see if that's what Mini Minter's doing here. Here comes the Rage. And that's really, really nice for Mini that The Bandit goes right to the Goblin Giant and a ton of damage here. 16, 19 remaining, and now just loading up. I don't know if this is the right move here with the Mini P.E.K.K.A, although Michi Fu not defending it really. Fireball comes in. Heal Spirit does it. Color me wrong here. That's tower down. Mini Minter's moving on. GG, well played. Mini Minter's got this locked absolutely down. And there you go. So one of the most popular decks in 1,000-player, 1-hour-long tournaments, where you have to rack a bunch of wins and crowns quickly. Mini Minter making short work here to clinch his spot in the next round. Ram Rider going to connect, but not for much. Michi Fu loading up on the right. Won't be enough. And that's it. That's going to be it. Mini Minter, who, to be fair, whether you think he's the greatest guy in the world or the Clash's biggest villain, has been working very, very hard this year to improve his level. And right now just punched his ticket to Stage 3 of the No Tilt World Championship. $1,000 and top 16 to join a very, very impressive roster for the rest of this. Steven Stone recognizing a little trend today. The blue player every match today lost game 1 and then won games 2, 3, and 4. Fake Royal Giant with the GG well played in Trovo. Fake Royal Giant, dude, huge, huge. Thank you so much for coming in so big with that one. OP sub, OP donation. That was phenomenal. Thank you very much. Guys, hope you've enjoyed this today. If you have, do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're watching over on No Tilt. And if you're also watching on No Tilt, don't forget to ring the bell for notifications. Also, subscribe to my channel. If you support B-Node in the YouTube chat, gotta subscribe to my channel. That's the only way to do it. And that Mini P.E.K.K.A right there, I thought it might have been a bit of an overcommitment from Mini Minter, but got it through, got it done. And now moving on is Mini. Am I reading both chats? Yes, Habiba. I am going back and forth. Hope you guys have had a good one today. And guys, if, of course, subscribe to all the channels. And if you want to, don't forget, coming up on Wednesday the 12th, if you want to get your game on, if you want to show your Clash Royale skills, download Geyser. First link is for iOS. Second link is for Android. Go ahead and grab Geyser and participate in the $100 open tournament this Wednesday. 1,000-player tournament, top 8 make a bracket, top 4 win prizes. Format should be like that, although working with Geyser to make sure that actually happens, we might have to make some adjustments. Either way, there'll be a big tournament on Wednesday for you to win cash. And the link there to get the proper app so you can participate is there in the chat. This has been a fun one today, folks, here at the No Tilt World Championship. Mini Minter on top. When is the next AMG Cup? Tomorrow. The finals, the top 16 and beyond, all of that being played tomorrow. And that will be played, if you want to watch the AMG Cup, that will be played on trovo.live/RichSlaton. For those of you who want to watch some more Clash Royale with me tomorrow, that's where you go. Wow. What an interesting day today. And you saw some different levels here, right? Light maybe playing uncharacteristically, making some mistakes that you didn't expect out of him. We'll see I'm sure I'll have that all cleaned up by the time that the CRL East starts here in a couple of weeks. Isn't OJ playing CRL now? Hilarious. New Trovo emotes. Ooh, fun. That's pretty fun. Very exciting. What time is the AMG Cup tomorrow? I believe it's going to be around noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. It might be 1 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, which is like 9, 10 o'clock in Central European summertime. So catch me on. If you do want more information on that, of course, you can go and follow AMG on Twitter. You can also follow me on Twitter if you want more information on that. I'll be posting about it. And, of course, it will be I'll post when that stream goes live. There will be notifications going out on Trovo and in my Discord and on Twitter. So not streaming that one on YouTube tomorrow. That one will just be on those other platforms if you want to join for that one. I hope you don't forget B-Note. I'll never forget B-Note. B-Note and I know each other very well now because everything is B-Note. And everyone. Hotspur, not going to answer that question. That's rude. Not rude, but I'm not going to answer that question. But yes, I am in the 500. Not going to tell you where. Is it over yet? Swimmer, just joining right now. Yeah, we're coming to the end of today's No-Tilt World Championship. It's been a good one. Mini Minter played well. Michi Fu played well. But in the end, the blood feud. This stage goes to Mini Minter, the Peruvian, moving on, winning $1,000. And that group stage is going to be fascinating. 8 of the best players out of the West, 8 of the best players out of the East. In a round-robin format. Lots of chances to prove yourself. And we'll get 8 top players. The top 4 from each side will go on to that final. Oh, boy. Man, this is going to be crazy, right? A truly open tournament. Everyone in Clash Royale had a shot. You had to get 20 wins. And it was a hard 20 wins. A lot of people said this was the hardest 20-win challenge ever. It was a hard 20 wins, that's for sure. But 3,000 plus people qualified. And now we're working our way through to the top 16. We've chosen the first 10. 4 more left to be chosen. 3 from the East, 3 from the West. And, of course, the West will happen right after this. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming it or not. Probably not. I got to go eat some breakfast because I am hungry. And just got back. You can see the OP light here. Just got back to Los Angeles. So got some things to do here today. But if you go and check out Twitter and also on Twitch, a bunch of people will be streaming today's Western Bracket qualifier as players try to move on and get to that next stage. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. We'll see if they can. Only 3 more spots in the West, 3 more spots in the East. And again, one more time, guys. If you haven't yet, go grab that geyser, join for the 1,000-player tournament. I'll see you guys very, very soon. See you guys in 2 days. Today is what? The 7th or the 9th? Today's the 9th. See you on the 11th for the next semifinal bracket here in the West for everyone at No-Tilt GG and in Clash Royale. I'm RichSlaton. I will see you guys next time. Take care.